Good afternoon, everyone. As I have the unfortunate honor of being sandwiched between veteran politicians, academics, rabbis, and accomplished businessmen, most of whom, probably all of whom, are much better at speaking than I am, I have to apologize in advance if my speech is not up to par. My name is Michael Tevesinik. 3 years ago, I came to Yale to study at the School of Management. My first Shabbat here, I decided to check out the Chabad. So I went to Rabbi Shua's house with a few friends, and we had a wonderful Friday night dinner. Although I enjoyed the homey atmosphere, I was a little disappointed. I say I was disappointed because Yale was estimated to have 3,000 Jews on campus, yet here at Friday night dinner were only 10. And I wondered, where was everyone else? It was only later that I found out that the undergraduate classes and the graduate school classes, other than the School of Management, had not yet started. So a few weeks later, once all those classes had started, I came back to Chabad. And this time it was at the Chabad house, not at the rabbi's house. We had over 50 people. It was an improvement, but still I thought, how could this be? The Slivka Center that night had maybe 100 people. So where were the other 2,800 people? Why were they not at a free Shabbat dinner? Chabad at Yale started in an apartment in 2003. A couple years later, it moved into its current location, and it's now looking to grow into an even bigger location. In business speak, Chabad could be said to be an emerging startup rapidly getting closer to its IPO. I'm an SOM graduate, so let me mention a valuable business lesson I learned. When you look at investing in a young company, two of the most important things to look at are the potential returns and the management team. As recent graduates and current students, we have insider information into both of these. We personally know many students who only need a slight push to come to Chabad, and many more students who need a slightly heavier shove. But we also know that at the current location, with its 2 floors, no matter how hard we push, there's only so many students that can fit. So we're therefore in the best position as current students and recent students to recognize how much more Chabad can grow, and therefore what our potential return can possibly be. When it comes to the management team, nobody is better positioned than the current student body in order to know what an amazing team Rabbi Shua and Sarah make. We see all the work that they do, we see all the effort that they exert, and most important of all, we see the results firsthand. In the business world, because of our insider knowledge, students like us may have been barred from investing in such a venture. I speak about support in terms of investment, not only because I'm an MBA graduate, but also because I learned from my parents and my grandparents that donations are not like a partnership, but they are a partnership. As donors, we do not just give away tzedakah and hope for the best. Rather, we must look for the best investment opportunities, find the best managers to manage our contributions in order to achieve the best potential returns or the best impact with our tzedakah. With our insider information, I feel very confident parking my tzedakah at the Chabad of Yale. Before I finish, I would like to express gratitude to the supporters of Chabad at Yale who are not alumni and therefore don't necessarily feel a duty towards our alma mater. As well, to the alumni who graduated in pre-Chabad years and yet still feel the need to support Rabbi Shua, thank you. Most of all, and on behalf of the recent and future alumni, thank you Rabbi Shua and Sarah for all of your work, for providing us students with a home away from home, and for giving us the opportunity to become partners with you in this new stage of growth. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Michael. I thought your speech was fabulous. I'm thoroughly impressed. Our next speaker is a U.S. Senator from Connecticut who graduated from the law school in 1973. He has been a dear and close friend of Chabad for a long time now. 4 years ago, when we had our first ever menorah lighting, he came at a moment's notice and really made the event. I am honored to present Senator Richard Blumenthal.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here, and I apologize for being late. I was at a statewide firemen's parade, and thank you to Kitty Kelly for escorting me up here. I want to tell you, this is a first for me. I've never before taken a rabbi's seat. So thank you, Rabbi Shua, and thank you, Sarah, for all of your wonderful work over many years and for really changing the face of Yale. And thank you to the Berger family, to Martin Berger, blessed memory, to all of you who are here. You are really making such a huge difference in the quality of life of Yale, and I'm honored to be here for this very, very momentous and historic occasion with Congresswoman DeLauro and Mayor DeStefano, two of my colleagues, great colleagues in public service. You know, today is actually a very meaningful day for me personally. As a graduate of the law school, as a parent of a Yale sophomore, and as the father of Martin Blumenthal, who came to this country in 1935 to escape persecution in Germany. He came with not much more than the shirt on his back. He spoke no English, and he knew no one. And this country gave him a chance to succeed. I'm not sure which would have surprised my father more, to have a son who is a United States Senator or to have Chabad at Yale. And I think I know which would have given him greater pride and pleasure, but I know how much it would have meant to him and to my mother to see this day. Unfortunately, neither of them are here, but I think to them and to their generation and all generations, today has enormous meaning. This place will not only improve the quality of life for members of our faith, it will expand horizons for the entire community at Yale. It will provide an anchor. It will provide a place of faith and culture that in my day was missing here. And it was missing at Harvard, where I was an undergraduate. It was missing in many places where now Chabad has brought this kind of message and more than symbolic meaning, a place of real outreach and spiritual significance. Today has meaning for me in another special way because we have just finished the commemoration of 9/11, when this nation suffered terribly at the hands of haters, people who hated America, hated democracy, hated freedom, hated all that Chabad represents and that America represents. And today brings together that feeling of America and the special promise of Chabad, which is to give people the freedom and the spiritual meaning and the faith that all of us need, and the spirit of tolerance that is so important about America. There's an old saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. This picture is worth 1,000 words, and it speaks to America. Thank you for making it possible, and God bless you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and welcome again to the Chabad at Yale Groundbreaking ceremony. It is wonderful and heartwarming to see so many of you here today, and it means so much to Shua and I. 4.5 years ago, by divine providence, a very special person named Brad Berger came into our lives, taking a special interest in Jewish life at Yale and the activities at the Chabad house. Since that time, Brad has become a dear and beloved part of our family. Even from 3,000 miles away, he is on the phone every day, participating in meetings, going through plans and documents, and overseeing the preparations down to the last detail. Brad, there are no words to thank you for everything you have done for us as a family and for the whole Chabad at Yale community. Not only have you taken this project to a whole new level of greatness, but you did it with so much care and love that Shua and I feel from you every day. It pains me that your father, who I had the pleasure of getting to know, isn't here today, as he suddenly and tragically passed away last Monday. But I believe that right now he is looking down at you and smiling, proud that the work on this building is continuing in his honor. Friends, please join me in welcoming our dear friend, Mr. Brad Berger.